Oh, treasure. Girl, you're a treasure to me. Found you in the deep end, I was on my last. Neck deep in my guilt, devil on my ass. But you never left me. Never made me feel bad for what I've been through.
Please let this be the one.
You just tell me that I see you.
Audio rolling. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of How Was Your Day? It's your lady, Miss Let Me Nourish You, aka Miss Just Like Water because I'm deep like the ocean, aka the ethereal kitchen goddess because these hands gonna cook up no matter what it is, okay? All right. First, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to everyone who is back and has viewed my previous episode. YouTube pushed that out, and I'm so grateful. I was not expecting that, but I know deep down inside, I'm expecting something because I am manifesting and I'm putting in the work. So I was just like overwhelmed with joy. So I just had to extend my gratitude. Y'all feel free to let me know in the comments anytime if you want me to discuss a topic, answer a question. I love engagement. I love human connection. This is what I do it for. And y'all have literally helped me like keep going. Y'all have encouraged me this past week. I really need it. And this has never happened before, so I'm just grateful. Today's episode, I'm going to try not to drag it out. If we need to do another part, we'll come back to that when it feels, aligned for me to speak on and continue. Today, we are going to be speaking on parental wounds, father wounds. We have to open up with breath. So we're going to do our breathing real quick. Real quickly. So I'm going to ring the sound bowls. We're going to do our box breathing. So inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4. And when you breathe in, you're going to extend your belly out, fill up those lungs. And then when you exhale, your navel is going to go towards your spine. So you're technically sucking your stomach in. All right, so let's just clear our lungs out and just releasing all the tension. I know I have a lot of tension right now, so shake it out if you need to, sigh it out. All right. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 3, 2, 1. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Hold 3, 2, 1. 3 more times on your own. All right, so we're going to do our affirmations. I do have a poem I want to read that's very aligned with today. I'll do that at the end. Right now, I just want you to get your pens, pencils, notebooks, chalkboard, whiteboard, markers, whatever you're using, whatever you use to take notes. I do recommend it not be digital, but if it has to be, of course. So just in case, and prayerfully something comes up for you to reflect on within yourself, because we're just one another's mirrors. You all are my beautiful reflections. Delighting me sees delighting you, and we are here to do this thing called life together, okay? So, forgive me, y'all. Just bear with me because I'm focused on the time management for this episode and also conversing about what's been on my heart for this episode. Take a sip of my lemon water. And my perspective as those sirens are my ancestors telling me to just calm down and everything is all right and we're here. And God, thank you for everyone being A-okay in that situation, every situation going around in the world right now. And I never want to block out the breaths because when y'all hear me breathe, it might be a reminder for you to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Or to just be patient and let me catch a breath. All right, so I have some notes in my notebook, and then I was just getting a little tired of writing, so I have the rest of the notes in my phone. I seem to always, at some point, revisit these parental wounds, mother and father. I have seasons where I have to deeply parent myself again. This is why this is this episode's conversation. So I'm learning to accept this and build a better relationship with it. What I believe facing my emotions look like for me right now is focusing on the refinement. The goal isn't to dwell on the emotions that arise when I feel mother and father wounds pop up heavily. It's to transmute them, and it is my job to remind myself that my job is to be the witness and transmute them, which can be very hard and very challenging because no matter how mindful we are, I'm speaking from my experience through life, no matter how mindful we are, it gets challenging and distracting being mindful. And of course, like, practice is everything. And then of course there's ebbs and flows. And what if we quote unquote fall off and then we have to pick ourselves back up, dust it off, try again, so it's about picking ourselves up. All right, don't want to go too far off track because I will if you know me. So refinement for me this past week looked like finding better and improved ways of loving and treating myself. So yesterday my focus was to cook some soup because I've been craving soup, and to focus on preparing for the podcast. And as I was cooking, I'm like, I need to do something extravagant for myself. Like, to just cook and eat is just not gonna satiate me right now. So last minute, I decided to take myself on a date, in home, but I bought some flowers, I laid some roses out, I set the tone, the vibe, I want to say regular because it really is my vibe, but I just did something extra for myself for dinner. I got dressed up, like I literally got in the shower, I put on the dress that I have on now, and I ate and I vibed, and then I went outside after that, ate an ice cream bar, And I was literally vibrating at the frequency of love. So I want to go into what triggered the wound. So I don't think he taps into the podcast, so that's really good. But if you do find yourself here, I trust that you are a human being who is mature enough to handle the rawness of me. And I'm just gonna leave that there. But I'm not telling this nigga. He would only know if he literally listened to the episode. And real quick, and of course I'm not making this a clip. But anyways, so I'm not gonna go into like so much detail, but basically I met this young man. And like, he's attractive, but I swear, y'all, like, beings are just attractive. Men and women are just, human beings are just attractive. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be like thinking too much about it. Back in the day when I was younger, yeah, like when I was overly romanticizing-ish and things like that and super eye candy. But I don't even be trying to do that to a point where sometimes I feel like I'm resisting, and then I try not to resist, but I also try not to even just be slightly attracted to someone. But I'm like, bro, if you look good, you look good. If you have a great personality, you have a great personality. If you're fly, you're fly. Like, whatever makes you you is so beautiful. And I just feel like that's a reminder for us. Like, let's look in the mirror. Whatever makes you you is beautiful. Everything that makes me, me. Okay, I got it. Repeat after me. / let's say it together. Everything that makes me uniquely me makes me beautiful. Everything that makes me uniquely me makes me beautiful. Smile. Hug yourself. Can we give ourselves a big hug? And tell yourself, I love you so much. Tell your inner child, I love you so much. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for teaching me. Thank you, God. I met this young man, and he fly. He's handsome, you know. He's very helpful. He was helping me with some things. That was the point of us connecting. But I realized how much it triggered my MFing father wound. And y'all, I've been in a season of like deep healing and restoration, a lot physically, but of course that translates emotionally, spiritually, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I haven't, y'all know I've talked about, oh boy, somebody that I used to deal with heavily in the past episodes, but we moved on from that. You know what I'm saying? That's just whatever it is right now. So yeah, outside of that, I haven't met anybody new. I don't intend to feel anybody. At the same time, when I was getting ready to record this podcast episode, I was also thinking like, yo, do you know what you want? And then my co-star the other day was like, you don't know what you want? And I'm like, yes, I do. But if I'm saying that I want a partner, why am I resisting that? Like subconsciously or consciously, like I do want a partner. I feel like I made that clear, but sometimes I'll be like, I don't want that right now. Okay, before I just get in a rabbit hole about that, y'all told y'all to please bear with me, but I'm gonna let y'all see my thought process. Okay, this is just a real life conversation, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I just think I was trying not to be attracted to him, that I probably fell more into feeling triggers. I think it's showing me that I do want someone around, and I have admitted that, and I do say that, but I don't think I can be around beings that I'm attracted to right now, because I feel like I will want to build a connection with them and not just on like, oh yeah, so like let's get to know one another and then be in a relationship. I'm just talking about forming a friendship. But that masculine energy, I really love masculine energy because I didn't really have that. I didn't really have a father figure. I didn't have a father figure for real. So I'm realizing, and I feel like I realized this before, but I have to keep being reminded of the fact that I'm still going to feel these things. And it's really about my response and my perspective of it. And Inky Johnson, I just watched a video of his, and he put it into the most beautiful words. I'm actually going to play it for y'all.
When I think about capacity, I often think about goals, dreams, aspirations, the things that we seek to do, the places that we're trying to get to just in life. You got a lot of people with talent, skills, gift, intelligence. You like, man, they got it. But when you think about capacity is all the things that you're going to have to go through in order to acquire the things that you seek to acquire. And there's certain things that you're going to go through, your skill ain't going to matter. Your intelligence ain't going to matter. But if you could put yourself in a space and place to where you can reverse engineer or you can manufacture the right perspective about what you're dealing with in order to get to where you're trying to get to, that's capacity, right? I'm talking about manufacturing perspective. Like when you encountering something, you like, man, like, again? I came up against this again? And you could put your perspective in the right space and place. That's capacity.
Oh, I was grateful to hear that. I know this is like my third time saying it, but I'm very emotional. Like, I need y'all. I would love for y'all to bear with me. Because it's like I have so many things to say. What the fuck was that? Because I have so many things to say. But I'm just like also focused on this time. I don't want it to be too long, so I might make it into another part. But I don't know if I'm explaining this well because I'm like, I don't want to go into too much detail. I feel like what someone would ask me is like, what is it about this being that makes you attracted to him? And there's so many, like there's people are just attractive. It's just like, damn, like, I don't know, y'all. It's kind of frustrating. And you know, I do my best to be graceful with myself. But when I feel like I'm being placed back in a state of like, I don't even think I have the words to articulate it. I just know that parental wounds are triggered. And then I have to work on not overthinking. I have to work on like not doing too much because I'm such a lover girl, like not in, you know, a romantic relationship, but in every way. And I'm still finding my way. I'm just still rediscovering myself, and that's just the space that I'm in. So maybe I don't have a lot to say. I just know that being connected with someone and it just made me realize some things that I still have to work on transmuting. And it's just frustrating. Because I see myself as just being like cool and things like that. Like I don't be wanting to like these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the prize. You like me. You approach me. I also been watching a lot of Shira 7 so I can like do my best to not be doing the most. But yeah, it's just like he's cool. I don't even know the nigga, but I'm just attracted to certain qualities, and yes, that helps me. You know, I feel like you can always see something in someone, even if it's a stranger that you want to add to your list of like, you know, who you would like to be, or how you would like someone to treat you and things like that. It's really not even necessarily just about this specific being. It's about what they show you to help you know what you like or what you're interested in at this present moment in your life when they are right here. Yeah, I don't even know. But the feeling of desiring to be held in all ways doesn't go away. It's protected by prayer and patience. The feeling of desiring to be held in all ways doesn't go away. It's protected by prayer and patience. It doesn't make it easy, but I know it would be worth it. That's what I wrote next, and I forgot that I wrote that. So that's so aligned with what I was just saying. The feeling of desiring to be held in all ways doesn't go away. It's protected by prayer and patience. It doesn't make it easy, but I know it would be worth it. And that's why I had to hold that inner child in me last night, by truly holding the more mature and adult version of myself. So when we hold the more mature adult version of ourselves, we hold our inner child. And our inner child is of different ages. Sometimes it's a specific age of that inner child we have to nurture. But, I've done a lot of growing, a lot of healing, and I just feel like getting out of this cycle is continuing to find ways to transmute without judgment and allowing these feelings to be, and getting back into a frequency of knowing that we are abundant in all ways, in love, in life, in finances, in business, in everything, in health, first and foremost. Y'all, like, this conversation can just get so deep. I feel like we're just going to have to split it up, but I did want to bring that up in this conversation. So, I don't know if it'll be next week, but we'll continue this conversation. I will link a couple of videos that I watched, so maybe they'll resonate with you. I pray that you found a valuable part of yourself here. And if you did, I'm grateful that you're not alone. We're all in this together, and life is a bunch of ebbs and flows, and we are just the witness, and we are here to transmute and transcend. And it is okay, and it is a blessing to be able to be reminded of these things every day at any moment, because we are spiritual beings in a human experience. And yeah, it's an experience. It's so much. So one revelation that has came over me the past year or so is like, damn, I really just don't trust myself. And I'm not speaking to myself like that now. Like, one of my affirmations is I trust myself. But when I was able to articulate that, and that being a part of the cycles that I've experienced over and over again, yeah, I just remember reflecting and like just realizing, tying all the fear and the ruminating thoughts and abandonment stuff and all this other stuff to me not trusting myself. Because in my life, I feel like every man that I've tried to deal with can attest to this. Like, me convincing myself I'm not dealing with this or that from a man, but then I proceed to, and I just run my mouth and I crash out. I don't do that anymore, but I'm just saying, like, y'all, it's so much. I wrote so much. We're really just going to have to make this into a part 2. I'm going to be more organized next time. It was so good. I'm going to still link these videos. A lot of these are references to the videos I'm going to link. But I'm definitely going to be more prepared. But this is also an open space for you all to share your stories and ask your questions as well. Yeah, I have stuff in here. And we're already going on 30 minutes. So I think I'm going to keep this a little light because I feel like the energy was already a little heavy. I guess what you can take from that, I mean, you take whatever you take, but also just like, what is this being in my life here for? And not overthinking it, but also inquiring self. What is this being's presence teaching I know this being's presence taught me, like, oh my gosh, there's soft, there's gentlemen out here. Like, all I could think of was like gentlemen. I'm like, damn, he's gentle. And there's helpful men who will literally guide you, girl. There's people who are fly as you, who your man can be whoever you want it to be, y'all, because, you know, in my early 20s, you know, I talked to somebody and it was a height thing and yada, yada, yada. And then I just was like, you know, I've always been like, it doesn't matter about looks. Cause, you know, when I was younger, I always wanted an athlete, a basketball player, tall, this, that, yada, yada, yada. And then, you know, I learned to just, it wasn't hard, but dealing with one person, it was like a domino effect. Like, I don't like you because of your looks or whatever you have. It's because, like, I just like you and I'm cool with growing with you. But it's like, no, I'm gonna manifest my man. Like, my man gonna be fine as fuck. My man gonna be fly as fuck. And he's gonna love me like God loves me. And that's gonna be my best friend. And like I always say, he's being prepared for me as I'm being prepared for him. So I don't have to question a lot of things when it's the aligned being for me. That's why a lot of times I try to just control these thoughts. But I'm so emotional, y'all. Like, I literally... like, I'm literally okay, but I like literally want to grow in life with somebody. And like, people can come and try to rain on your parade and on your desires, but nobody will ever know what it's like to be you and the pain that you've dealt with, especially when you constantly work on yourself. So who is anyone to say that I'm wrong for wanting someone to hold me? Like, I've learned, and I continue to over and over again learn to love myself, and I don't believe there's anything that could take me away from that because I'm so connected to source. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Like, I'm connected and I'm aware, and I want to just always be better and do better, even when I feel like I'm getting stuck. But this is a new chapter, a new era, it's a new decade. And I shouldn't shame myself or let anybody shame me, which the fuck I'm not. The fuck out of my face. Excuse me for cursing so much during this episode. Y'all, I gotta go. I can't do this. I can't. Anyways, I was figuring out what book I wanted to read from. I had a few in mind, but I picked up this poetry book and then I flipped to a page and I was like, nah, this is a little too like sap. But then I realized I had like a tab on it. So I read it and I'm like, yo, this is so aligned for today's episode. So this is She Just Wants to Forget by R.H. Sin. And it is on page 30 and it is titled Scene 45. You're always giving, but who gives to you? You're always fighting for someone, but who fights for you? How is it that you've gone so long constantly trying for someone who refuses to try just as much as you do? Who taught you to settle? Was it a parent? Was it your father or mother? You learn to tolerate bullshit so young, and so you grow older to seek after more of that. Entertaining relationships that come with dead ends. Falling in love with people who will never catch you. It's time for you to be the recipient of everything you've wasted on people who could never live up to the things they promise. It's your turn to know how it feels to be with someone who would do anything to keep you. So I think we should take a deep breath. We're going to go into our quantum leap. Place your hands on your heart and your stomach, if so. And if you don't know how this goes, we're basically going to quantum leap into where we would be right now. Where would we be? Who would we be with, if anybody? What's our bank accounts looking like? What are we doing? Just shifting our realities, all right? So that's definitely, let's go to that frequency. All right, 2 minutes. All right, our 3 affirmations. Repeat after me. I am limitless. I am powerful beyond measure. I am destined for greatness. Y'all, thank y'all so much for sitting here and being with me on our healing session. If you made it to the end of the video, tell me what your sign is in the comments. I'm a Cancer sign, honey. B-Day almost here. All right, I love y'all so much. Make sure y'all share with someone who you would feel like finds this valuable and like it's a safe space. And te amo mucho, maja sobra, cuídate en la calle, and besos, mamis y papis. Have a beautiful week.
You don't ever judge me. Only love me, girl. I don't deserve it. I'm feeling unworthy, but you come and affirm me. You don't ever judge